we will get started with the show. But first things first, I do have a couple announcements right quick for this coming up weekend. Friday, me and my dad is going to go investigate a new location. Uh, it's got a cemetery and an old house that's like 150, 200 yards below the cemetery. So we will be going doing that one. Hey, Steven, how you doing, buddy? Appreciate you coming in. Hey, May, how you doing? Appreciate you. We'll also be going to the Trivette Clinic on Saturday night. We should be going live on Friday around about 7:15 p.m. And then on Saturday, we should be going live around about 9:15 or something, because I'm going to talk to my team members and stuff like that. I've got several things we got to go over before we actually go live on Saturday. And tonight, I have got a very special guest. I've been aiming to get him on, and I finally reached out and he agreed to come on with me. So I just something about him really interests me, things that he does and stuff like that. And plus, he's got a cool name, Fordman. I like Fords, so that's a big plus right there. And the only reason I drive a Dodge because me and my wife can compromise on driving a Ford. She don't like Fords, and I don't like Chevrolet, so that's the reason why. So I drive a Dodge, so we compromise. Hey, Ted, how you doing, buddy? Appreciate you coming in. So everybody, please welcome Kenneth. I don't know why he'd rather be called, but here he is. So let's bring him up. Hey, buddy.
Howdy, guys. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. I'm tickled to death you got to be here. Let's see. Hey,
by the way, most people call me Kenny. I'll answer Kenneth, Kenny, either one. It doesn't matter to me. So you can call me either one. So I'll even answer Fordman. So there you go. So
happy birthday there, Spirit Brothers. Appreciate you coming in.
Happy birthday, Spirit Brothers.
The Hook Outdoors, anyone I missed? Nah, thank God to everybody there, Jessica. Happy birthday, Spirit Brothers. All right, so tonight, man, it's all about you. I want to try to help you, get more viewers and more people in your channel and stuff. And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am originally from Kingsport, Tennessee. I'm 29 years old, and I've been born with cerebral palsy and hydrocephalus disease, which is, for those of you who may not know what cerebral palsy is a disease where your bones and your muscles and all that stuff did not form correctly when I was a baby. So I had multiple surgeries, and I used to go to Shriners Hospitals for Children when I was younger. So, and to try to correct some of that, and I went until I was 18. And then after I turned 18, they said that we went as far as we could with you, and the rest of it's up to me on what I want to do with it. So, but and then hydrocephalus is where you're born with fluid on the brain, and I have a VP shunt in there, in the back of my neck, and it runs down into my stomach, and that is to help drain that fluid off my brain. So, but I try to show people, just because I have these disabilities doesn't mean that I can't go out and enjoy life.
Yeah.
I try to be positivity and try to show positivity and uh, and live life to the fullest.
Yeah. That's I've been watching a lot of your videos and stuff, and that's what got me intrigued with you. You don't let it bother you as bad. You know what I'm saying? You keep going, and that's what really intrigued me about you. I've seen you took some vacation trips, some that I forget what place it was, that you go and do stuff too. That's really awesome. Uh, let's see. Hey, Bud Files, how you doing?
Hey,
Appreciate you.
Bud Files.
Uh, my buddy Dwayne, I appreciate him coming in.
Hey,
Uh,
Dwayne.
let's see. Hope you are doing well tonight. I am doing pretty good. Just tired and wore out from work. Native Wild Man, how you doing, buddy? Appreciate you coming in. Let's see here.
Um, I typed in cops, but it did not.
He's probably eating lunch right now. Give him a few seconds. He'll come back and
Okay.
he should drop your link here in a second. If not,
Uh,
you might have to do it again.
okay.
Let's see here. Spirit Rose 100% correct. My son has CP and he lives his life to the max. He is 15 now. He has CP and brain damage. So he acts about 4 years old with schoolwork, etc. He is oh, that's cool. I see. I like to see people try to do stuff. You know what I'm saying?
hmm I
They,
uh, I actually went to automotive school. I graduated from um, Northeast State Community College back in 2021. Um, and I went for my certificate for automotive technology, and it uh, um, and I got my I graduated with almost a 4.0 grade point average. So in
mm,
automotive, so. But unfortunately, the biggest issue that I have run into is that um, most jobs that I try to apply for, even in the automotive, uh, that that you talking about Northeast State Community College is right by your house.
no idea you were that close.
Yeah, but unfortunately, most jobs that I've tried to apply for, I even tried to get a job even before I graduated high school, and I graduated high school in 2013. And most jobs want me to already have like 5, 6, 7, even more years of experience before hiring me.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is that uh, unfortunately, sadly, um, due to me seeing me on a walker or a wheelchair to be able to get around, they don't, most jobs don't want to take that risk because they're afraid that I'm going to get hurt on the job,
Yeah.
cost the job money. See
Mm.
what is when I went in for interviews with different jobs, they told me, said that we love to hire you, but we just can't find nothing for you.
Yeah.
And that's where because see, most jobs that I tried to apply for, because not only did I try to apply for automotive, I've tried for fast food restaurants, uh, grocery stores, different. I've tried in different jobs, and I've even tried Goodwill and Salvation Army and things like that. And they're most of them have said that we'd love to hire you, but we just can't find that for you. And they have, and I was told that they have to go by their big corporate office, which OSHA steps in, and
Yeah.
OSHA steps in and says, "No way, we can't take that risk."
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's a liability thing. And like I said, they're afraid that uh, I'm going to cost the job money uh, in case if I get hurt or something. You know what I mean?
Spirit Brother said he loves his football, and we just got him into his team as he can only use his left leg, but he makes loads of friends. Oh, that is very cool.
Yeah,
And Sean said he's less than a mile away from Kansas State University. That's pretty cool. And Spirit Brother said, "Determined brother, you just as able as anyone. I've been telling my son the same thing. He leaves schools this summer." Well, that's awesome. See, that's what you gotta do. You gotta put a lot of positive in people's heads and stuff like that.
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
that's
yeah.
all it is.
Most jobs, like I said, I've even told them. I said, they've asked me, I said, "Have you worked for this? Have you worked with us before? Have you done this before, or whatever?" And I'm like, "No, because this is my first job."
Yeah,
And I tell them, I say, "Well, how do you expect somebody that has never had a job before? Uh, how do you expect the person to get experience if the job that you're applying for is not willing to give you a chance?"
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You've got to start somewhere.
yeah. You're
You,
right.
I mean, you've got to. There's somewhere you got to start. So, I mean,
Nate says it exactly. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your channel there, buddy. How many
well,
channels you got?
okay. The I have the Fordman channel, and what I do on it, I do like taste test reviews. I do like games and trivia's, and uh, here recently, I've just started going live with a friend of mine, and is also a partner channel with the Astute Tourist, Jimmy. We've been co-streaming together, and we go live every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're a morning person and want to wake up to a good, fun morning show with We do like weather, name that notable, um, today in history, and just have a good, fun, positive chit chat. So in the morning, so it's really a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
and I also have gotten auto mechanic videos out there on my YouTube channel, on the Fordman channel. And I also have all my first time travel adventure videos. Um, I've been to Quartzsite, Arizona. I've been to Helen, Georgia. I've been to Disney World. I've been to. Uh, I went on my very first cruise back in October of 2022. I've been. That's when I took my very first cruise, and I enjoyed that cruise so much that I just had to book another one a year a year later, and I went on the Carnival Sunshine back in November of 2023. So it was November the 11th through the 16th. And I went to Nassau, Bahamas and Half Moon Cay. And that was a 5-day cruise. It was out of Charleston, South Carolina. I had I had a blast. So
Yeah. Sound like you had a good time.
yeah, well, I'm supposed to have some videos hopefully here coming out soon. Uh, I've got a friend that's trying to videos because I still don't know how to edit videos.
Yeah.
Uh, but anyway, yeah, I basically had started my channel back when the pandemic really started.
Yeah.
It got to where where you couldn't go anywhere, couldn't go outside your house, couldn't visit nobody, couldn't. Uh, so I had created the account back in um, 2017 or 2018. I just was kind of getting new to YouTube and things like that. I I didn't know really anything about YouTube, and so I just started going into people's chats and
Yeah.
making. The very first channel I got into was a channel. Uh, I don't know if any of you are familiar with this channel or not, but it was a channel called Big Joe and Maria's World. And as a matter of fact, they live in the same area that I was originally from, Kingsport, Tennessee. So, but they are good people, down to earth, country hillbilly folks. They do like cooking, videos from Pigeon Forge, Kentucky, places that they've been to. It's a mixture of different things
Yeah.
on their channel. And they were the very first people and somebody in their chat one day asked me and kind of encouraged me to ask me if I was going to plan on creating my own channel.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not really sure, because because I just getting my feet wet, just kind of seeing what was out there, and And then I got to thinking of that, and I was like, what could I do? Uh, what's some things I could do on a for a channel? And I got to think about it, and it come to mind. Well, I like to try new things and experiences and adventures, and I just started. I think I put out my first video back in June or July of 2019, and then I just started taking off from there.
Nah.
So, but yeah, and like I said, I, I'm a people person. I love people. I love making new friends and just become acquainted with people and just getting to meet new people
Yeah.
and making new friends.
Yeah. Let's see who all we got came in early here.
And
Hey,
professional paranormal
uh,
research.
appreciate you coming in. Let's see. I'm not too good keeping up with the chat. Everybody's saying, "Hey, Spirit Brother said, Foreman, you get there, brother. Keep pushing on, buddy. I find it harsh that some employers won't hire without the experience, but how you supposed to learn the job if nobody gives you a chance?"
Yeah, that's what I don't understand is I don't know how anybody can expect anybody to get experience if the job that you're applying for won't even give you a chance. I
Uh,
mean,
Paranormal Witch. Good evening, beautiful humans, to Cops channel. Appreciate you coming in. Stephen, Cabbage Patch Town. uh, Mary King. Hey, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in tonight. Um Sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to catch up with the chat. I'm not, like I said, I'm not too good with all of that. So you got a family here now, brother. Hey, yeah.
I need to switch over to my other account, don't
there's a there's a lot of people here that really support everybody. May just had dropped your link for you.
I? Oh, thanks, May.
Uh,
Uh, but I also, not only do I have the Fordman channel, I also have a channel called Daily Dose of the Bible, KJV, which stands for King James Version. And that's where I like to talk to people, encourage people, try to win people to the Lord, and tell people about Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior.
hey, Parasolo, how you doing, buddy? Appreciate you coming in. First of all, welcome back to the live.
Yeah, that's what I like to try to do on that channel. Of course, I haven't done anything in a while on that one because I've still been trying to take care of things around here because I am now currently living in North Carolina. Uh, I'm in a community called Buladine, North Carolina, and it's the reason why I'm here is because my dad's in a rehab facility that is in Spruce Pine, North Carolina, and trying to take care of him and try to be here with him so that um, that way if something happens, I'll be here. And
Yeah,
my intentions is to eventually, at some point, head back to Tennessee because that's where I'm originally from, and that's where I pretty much have been residing most of my life, up until back in 2022 when my dad got really sick and I had to put him in this rehab facility. So,
Auntie Mama's Kitchen came in.
hello, Auntie Mama's Kitchen.
That is an awesome channel. Everybody need to go and check her out and follow her. She just right down the road from me. Also, Cops, good evening to you and to your chat. Appreciate you, Auntie Mama. Appreciate you coming in. Spirit Brother said definitely going to follow you, Fordman. I also love making new friends, and now we're all one big family. But I'm 5,000 miles away in the UK.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. Um, but yeah, I've had friends that's from the UK and from Australia, uh, uh, Canada. I've you know, I've I follow all kinds of different. See, I have a wide variety of interests.
Yeah.
See, I'm into like crochet channels.
Same way here, but I got a bunch of these people coming in here in a little while, maybe from the crochet community. Right here's one that does some crocheting work.
Yeah,
Uh,
she spins. Is that how you pronounce that?
I I don't know, man. I'm not good with words.
Okay.
That's the reason. If you hear me say, "Hey, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in," that's because I don't know their names.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to go by what it says.
Let's see. Tell you one thing though, Johnson is honestly one of the most amazing people I've met in a long time. I love his show, love his drives. He's just, I'm not all that, and I'll tell you that. But I do appreciate you coming and hanging out with me in my morning drives to work. That kind of keeps me a little occupied. Don't dread work half as bad. Hey, Mona did what? How you doing?
Hey, Mona did what?
If you like sewing, she does a lot of sewing.
Mm-hmm.
You like to watch stuff like that. I
I
think it's
think it's so cool how people can take just a ball of yarn and make it into something. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
exactly right. That's the reason why I got into these channels. Let's see, it's moving on me so fast. Yep, that's the way you say it. Now I won't feel kind of nutsy when I try to say the name and mess up. Let's see. PW Jonathan is a real nice dude. He's accepted me in his life. Hey, you're in here anytime you want to. Everybody's here, welcome here. As long as you're family friendly, that's what we're trying to make this channel all about, and make everybody happy and be one big happy family. I'm at work when I jump in the morning chats. Oh yeah, he's just getting ready to start work. Oh come on! Every time I get ready to mash the button, chat jump on me. You always put a smile on everyone's face, buddy. I hope so. They probably laughing at my country stupid accent.
Did you say you was not far from me in North Carolina, Jonathan?
Yeah, I'm just right up northern part of the state. I'm not too far from Virginia line. You know where town of everybody says Mayberry because Andy Griffith show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's called
I'm,
Mount Airy, North Carolina. That's what
yeah,
that's actually called.
yeah. I'm probably about 5, maybe 10 minutes, according on how fast you drive, and if you get behind a slowpoke.
Well, we should meet up in person one day, Jonathan.
Oh yeah, that's my goal. Get to hang out with some of y'all.
Uh,
Mess names up all the
but
time.
but yeah,
He is a Myers. That's one good thing. Yeah, I'm a Myers. That's the only decent thing about me. Nothing again. Yeah, like I said though, I'm gonna try to do a YouTube meetup one day. I want to do one. I see everybody else been doing them the past couple of years, and I
mhm.
want to try to get one done. But I just got a feeling that nobody will show up because I have had stuff happen like that.
I would show up if I knew where exactly it was,
Yeah,
exactly where and if I had a way of getting there. I mean,
yeah.
uh,
Let's see here. I think I got everybody in the chat good going good. So what? Um, I done lost train of thought now.
did you want me to talk about that charity called Helping Hands for Cruising?
Yes, that's it. Talk about some of that stuff that you got going on.
Well, okay, going back to me taking my very first group cruise, there is a uh, channel that I've been following for quite some time called the Down Under Cruisers. And they are Sean and Alana from Melbourne. They're from Melbourne, Australia. And like I said, they do a lot of cruising and taste test videos from their country in Australia. Um, but they had asked me one day if I'd be interested because they had planned on doing a group cruise in the U.S. and they'd asked me if I'd be interested in going on a cruise, and I said, "Why, sure." Well, they told me to get a hold of the their TA for this cruise, uh, which stands for travel agent, and and I did, and she gave me some pricings for cabins and things like that, and what it would cost, and I kind of got back with Sean and said, I'm not going to be able to afford this
Yeah.
with me being on a fixed income. And I don't want to be able to maybe pay like $100 a month, but that would take way too long to pay that
Yeah.
small amount as much as and so I kind of gave Sean and Alana the idea to create this charity um, called Helping Hands for Cruising. And um, Helping Hands for Cruising is a charity organized by Sean and Alana that helps people, whether it be due to a financial situation, a disability, or even a caregiver of somebody that has never cruised before in their life, to be able to go and enjoy a once in a lifetime cruise vacation to get away from everyday life circumstances.
Yeah.
And that is how I got on my very first group cruise, uh, because I became the very first recipient for Helping Hands for Cruising. And we've not only had, we've had uh, um, two other people. Uh, we've had James James Catnese and his wife Cindy become recipients on the second inaugural Helping Hands for Cruising group cruise that sailed back in March of 20, 2023 on the Carnival Pride. And then that was a group cruise put on by the Fantastic Cruising, Matt and Kimbra.
Yeah.
Um, and then Scott and Amber became the third recipients of that cruise, of that same cruise that James and Cindy went on, because they were caregivers for me, for allowing me to stay at their home
Yeah.
for over a year. So, and they became Scott and Amber. Their channel name is Kicking It Country. And if you see Kicking It Country in the chat, it's usually Scott. If you see Kicking It Queen, it's usually Amber. So, but they both run the channel Kicking It Country. So, but and then they also have two boys, Eli and Aiden, and then they got a dog named Brody and a cat named Sebastian. I had to think of it, but they're awesome people, and I'm very thankful for the time that they allowed me to stay in their home. Uh, but anyway, that's how. And then um, we've got another recipient called named Adventures with Roxanne. She is going to be going on a Helping Hands for Cruising group cruise in October of this year. It's with Amethyst Hayes Adventures. She's the one putting it on. Uh, so um, it's going out of Galveston, Texas, and I believe it's on the Carnival. It's a 5-day cruise, and I believe it's on the Carnival Breeze.
Yeah.
So, and our goal is at some point to get um, one recipient per month on a cruise. And like I said, it has to be um, also the Helping Hands for Cruising also has a YouTube channel. They also have a website called helpinghandsforcruising.org. That website tells you how to nominate somebody. You cannot nominate yourself. You can't nominate a family member. Uh, uh, and there's some other rules that you
Yeah.
can't do, but I can't remember them all. But but that website, the helpinghandsforcruising.org, will tell you everything on how to do it. So, but and then in 20, of course, I booked myself. This will be my third cruise, but first time on the Norwegian Joy. I booked a cruise out of Port Canaveral on the Norwegian Joy. It's the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise. And this, all proceeds and everything is going to go to this Helping Hands for Cruising charity to help grow the charity and get more people on cruises.
Yeah.
So it's November 29th through December 6th, 2025. You can get a hold of Bruce from Ocean to Ocean Travel, and he can give you more information about this cruise. I've actually, I've got a cabin that is that I'm actually going to be sharing with a YouTube supporter by the name of Marjorie. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'll get to meet all kinds of YouTube supporters and creators on that cruise. So,
Yeah. Let's catch up here on the chat for a minute here. I done lost where I was going. Kenny Weaver's in. He came in.
hello, Kenny Weaver.
Let's see. Spirit Brothers, they are going to bed. It's 2 a.m. They're probably 3 o'clock now there in the UK. Appreciate you. I hope you have a good night. Good morning, I mean. Baker said he's leaving. He's got to get in the bed also. He said he enjoyed you being on John's show tonight. All of you guys, a great night. Spirit Brothers says, night, everyone. You have a blessed day, night. Big love to you all. Appreciate you so much. Everybody, Myers Paranormal. Well, Stephen Otto Myers. Come on, computer. They's having a good night. They're going to bed. Everybody telling everybody good night. It's been good to seeing y'all. I got to run to bed. I appreciate you coming in.
Good night, everybody that is going to bed. Hope you rest.
Said my wife and I went on a cruise in 2010 to the Bahamas. We didn't have to pay anything for it. That is cool. We was actually going to take a cruise last year, but my wife's work would not let her off that many days in a time, so we had to cancel it, and we went to New York instead.
Yeah, see, for those of you who may wonder, um,
Hey, Vicky, thank you for coming in.
let's see here. Yeah, this rock and roll tribute cruise. It's a 7-day cruise, and it's on the Norwegian Joy, and it's November the 11th, or no, I'm sorry, November 29th through December 6th, 2025, and it is going out of Port Canaveral. It's going to Puerto Rico, Plata, St. Thomas, Tortia. Ever how you pronounce that? I don't know how you tortilla or something like that. And then Great Stirrup, and back to Port Canaveral. So, and like I said, you can get a hold of Bruce from Ocean to Ocean Travel, and you can, like I said, you can put 20. I think it's $50 down to hold your cabin, and then you have until like I think August 1st, 2025, to have it fully paid for. So almost a little. I know a little over a year away. So, but but yeah, it's. Um, I'm looking forward to this, um, and then I think you have until March the 24th for the for that $50 deposit to hold your cabin. And after that, I think it goes up to regular price, I believe, for the group cruise. But like I said, get a hold of Bruce from Ocean to Ocean Travel, and you can actually contact Bruce at 1-833 626 8728, and he can give you, like I said, all kinds of information on it and give you the prices and things for, I think it's interior and balcony, and I don't. He said there were no more ocean view cabins, but he can give you different prices of, and he can give you prices on what it'd be if you share a cabin with somebody, and if you're a single solo traveler, he can give you a price for that as well. So, but
well, let's take a little small quick break, get us some drink and stuff right quick, stretch our legs, and cause I gotta go check on my cat right quick. I don't know what she's into. Ain't no telling what she's got messed up in there. But I'll be right back. Okay.
alrighty.
Let me play this little bitty. Well, if I can find it.
Hello, corner clubhouse cobalt.
Well, come on. Where you at? Halftime show. There you are. So I want to play this right quick, and I'll be right back. Okay.
Alrighty.
Right.
Okay, you can touch every one of these little toys out here now, please. Already got. Actually, it done got back up 36 degrees. It was 34.
I felt warmer a while ago.
I hear something like something clicking.
I've heard that. Not sitting right down there.
Will you please reach up here and touch that little gremlin for me? All you gotta do is hit him on the head, and he will go off. Just he'll make a funny noise, but he will not hurt you. If you want, you can cut that little cat toy on. Don't be rattling them keys, man.
I ain't rattling nothing. I got my hands right there tucking the pants to keep my fingers warm. I ain't rattling nothing.
Okay, thank you. No way. No freaking way. No way.
I told you there's something right there, John, and you don't believe me.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it. Thank you. You are the first one that we got to do that. That's all you got to do is touch it. Will you do it again for me, please? Yeah, I about forgot how that video went, Vicky, till you just mentioned it. Said, let's get ready for the no freaking way. That's actually going to be on my shirt when I get one made. I'm waiting for that t-shirt. It's coming. I just got to get it designed and worked out that way. So, what's your plans for the upcoming year here? You got any like uh, other trips besides going on a cruise and stuff?
Well, I'm trying to figure out of a way for me to go to Helen, Georgia. I'm in the process of trying to figure out how I'm gonna get there, and things and things like that, and so but that's pretty much it for right now. I don't really have any other big plans for 2024 right now.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm still trying to work on also getting my house fixed in Tennessee as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm eventually wanting to make my way back. Because see, the reason why I'm not used to, I'm used to city life, and I'm not used to living in mountainous area, and I don't really like the snow up in this neck of the woods, and don't get me wrong, it does snow in Tennessee as well, but it doesn't seem like it's as bad as it is up here in the higher elevations. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And so and of course I also have my home church family there in Tennessee as well. So, and I really miss being able to be there with them in person. But thankfully, for being able to watch them online, I can do that, and
Yeah.
but it's still just not the same as if you're there in person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't totally understand that. That's for sure.
Yeah. But thankfully, I have found a church here in North Carolina that uh, I've become acquainted with, and and they treat me like family here, and I've actually considered this my second home church uh, here in North Carolina. So
Yeah.
um, it's called Beans Creek Church of Jesus Christ, and so yeah.
What are some of your favorite foods and stuff that you like to eat and drink and stuff?
Well, uh, I should have mentioned also too. When I do taste test reviews, I like to do like taste tests of like exotic foods, spicy foods, things like that. So, um, I I I'm a, I like just about. I'm not really that picky of eater, so to speak. But,
Yeah,
uh, now I uh, I have eaten Rocky Mountain oysters. For those of you who may not know what Rocky Mountain oysters are, those are uh, bull testicles. And we have an Asian market in Kingsport, Tennessee, that sells them, and it actually plainly has a picture of a bull, and the uh, and it says bull tendons on them.
yeah.
So, but and um, I've had chicken hearts and chicken gizzards, and I really like those. And um, I've also had on my very first cruise, I tried escargot. And for those of you who may not know what escargot is, that is snail. And it is actually, a lot of people said they didn't really care much for it, but if it's got that garlic butter and spices and stuff in it, it is actually really good, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
So on my first cruise, I did what they call the chef's table, and that's where you get to try different types of food from different countries and things like that. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm a type of person that likes to try different things and new adventures and things like that. So um, I really liked it. So and believe it or not, I'm not a big fan of avocado, but I actually had something that had avocado in it on that,
Yeah.
and it it had spices and stuff in it to where I could not taste the avocado. So, um, but yeah, it was actually really good. So,
Let's say, hey, Windy Girl, appreciate you coming
hey,
in.
Windy girl.
Thank you so much. The Rose 1720, I appreciate you so much. Awesome people. Right there, that she does some good little videos on her channel. If y'all don't mind going over checking her out also. But I want everybody at least go and subscribe to Fordman's channel here. Like I said, he's. I was talking to my wife about it. I think it was Thursday, I believe it was. I was just telling how it's like a inspiration of you to me. You know how you do things and get around things and find things that you can keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that gives up, but you seem like you strive to get what you want to get done, and that's what is a big inspiration to a lot of people. But
Yeah.
they just don't know that.
I've always uh, had a mindset I can do anything I want to do if I just put my mind to it and have
That's
that
right.
want to.
So
I
I just,
gotta have that want to and desire to do
yeah,
it. So.
yeah. I just want everybody to just at least go over there and subscribe to them and watch a couple videos and just you don't stay in there for 2 or 3 minutes. Stay in there for the whole thing because you actually learn something. I have learned some stuff from him. Uh, I even watched when y'all was working on y'all's van that time when Scott and I forget who else was there with y'all. They was putting a starter or something on your van or something else.
It was actually a power steering pump.
That's
See,
it.
what had happened was the power steering had went out on it, and of course I've always been the type that I like my older model vehicles. I'm not too fond of the newer type technology vehicles. I like the carburetor and the where you can actually see you could actually get the things and don't have all these sensors and stuff like that. And another thing too is they're made out of cast iron, not aluminum.
Yeah.
Whereas if it gets hot, uh, with a cast iron, it'd take in more heat than that aluminum will. Because if that aluminum gets hot, you might as well just hang it up because you're done once that aluminum. Because you're going to either warp ahead or you're going to crack the block or both on an engine if
Yeah.
you get it hot. And but anyway, so I can't complain. It was a 1985. It's 1985, so got pretty good. It was like the original one. It was like 30 some 30, 32, 33 years old. uh, it was the original one, and that's pretty doggone good. A fuel pump lasts that long.
Yeah. I was 4 years old when that van came out.
Yeah, it was. It's 1985. It's got the 302 V8 engine in it, and it's also got a two barrel carburetor, and it's also got a four speed automatic with overdrive. So, um, unfortunately, the DMV won't let me get my driver's license, so
Yeah.
I don't have anybody to drive me around. Trying to find somebody. See, I've got a guy that I know a guy that has a lot older vehicles than what I have, and he's got a 1948 or 1950 Plymouth in his yard, and it's all original.
Yeah.
And he's got a 1968 Ford Falcon, and he gets somebody somewhere. He's born with um, it's a disease where it causes you to be in your wheelchair. I can't think what it's called, polio or something like that. Anyway, he gets somebody somewhere somehow to drive him around in his own personal vehicles, and I don't know how he does it, but I've been trying to do the same thing, and I can't get nobody. I can't get nobody to do it. So
Yeah.
And I also got a 1976 GMC Royal Sierra pickup truck. And that thing's all original too. It's got the 350 V8 engine in it, and it's got a 4-barrel carburetor in it. And it's got a I want to say a 3-speed automatic in it. So
Yeah.
with
My,
a 350 turbo turbo transmission. And
my first car was a 77 Toyota Corolla.
it was?
It was original. I got the original rust in it and everything. But that car was a little 4-speed in the floor.
Yeah.
Man, that thing saw many miles on that rascal. I was the third owner of that car, and it was still going until I wrecked it. And that was my baby. I was cruising town Mount Airy like it's nobody's business. Everybody had them fancy cars, and I had a car looked like Ray Charles had a hold of, and it had so much rust in the back quarter panels you could take a cat and sling through it and never even touch the car. You couldn't put nothing in the trunk because if you did, it would fall through when you're riding down the road. But I treated that car like it was a president's car.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it even had that truck and van both even had the original copper radiator in them.
Yeah.
And you can't hardly find that copper anymore.
Oh yeah.
So I had to. What happened was a hole rusted in the top of that copper, the radiator on the truck, and I had to have that replaced. And so I had to go with the aluminum radiator because that was the only one I could find. I couldn't find that copper, and so I like trying to keep the older vehicles all as much as original as possible because it's worth some value in the long run in the near future. And I think when people take it from the original, it kind of ruins the value of vehicles, the value of them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But
What? Like I said, I wished I could find my picture I have, but yeah, right there it is, laying right on the floor. Hang on 1 second, okay?
all right.
I'll get you that picture. Show you my car I had. I didn't know it was this close by, so I would have showed it a long time ago.
Thanks, Kenneth Weaver. Thanks everybody who is connected with my channel. So very much appreciated.
This is my car that I had.
Cool.
77 Toyota Corolla. See all the rust in that thing?
I see it. Yeah.
Man, I was driving around like I was on the world in that car.
What motor was in it? Do you know?
It's a 2TC.
2TC.
Yeah, it's a little 4-cylinder.
Of course, it was cast iron.
And here's the other side of the car. See it?
What did it have a 1-barrel carburetor in it?
No, it was I think it was a 2. It was a very small 2.
Yeah. See, I actually learned that in actuality, you get better gas mileage as long as you keep it in 2-barrel all the time. You get better gas mileage out of a 4-barrel than you do a 2 because your 2 front barrels on the 4-barrel carburetor are smaller than the ones on a two barrel carburetor are.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but boy, if you hit that, if you open all 4 barrels on that carburetor, you're gonna see that gas gauge go.
There's a little better picture of the back end of it.
That thing's gonna be sucking gas like sucking through a straw.
Yeah. That my uncle gave me that car when I first started work, and he said, "If you get you a job, I'll give you that car." And I thought, "Oh man, I gotta go get me a job." I thought I had me some money there, and he gave me that car, and I drove it for about 2 good years right there, and then I wrecked it.
Yeah.
Hey, Emmy, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in.
Hey, Emmy.
Uh, anything you want to tell about your channels? Anything, or how everybody can find you? Are you on like Facebook, YouTube, or?
Okay, I got YouTube. I got Fordman AKA Kenneth Oaks, the YouTube channel. I also have Daily Dose of the Bible. Uh, KJV Kenneth Oaks. And then I have my Facebook, which is just Kenneth Oaks, and it has Kenny in parentheses. So you can find me there as well.
Anybody that really, really, I would appreciate if y'all would go over and check his channels out. And like I said, subscribe to him. He's a really nice guy. And I've met him through several other channels, and
And, and I'm the type of person, what you see here on screen is what you're going to get if you ever meet me in person. So
yeah,
I'm no different than what you see on the screen in person. So
yeah. Like I said, I met him through Scott and Amber's channel, Kicking It Country, and um, like I said, though, it's just a big honor to have you on here. When I asked you, I was hesitating to ask you because I didn't know if you would want to come on a paranormal channel or not. But like I said, though, it's fun to talk, meet new people, and everything, and all the stuff that you have accomplished, and helping out with the cruise-a-thon thing that you're doing.
yeah,
And it's
because
just
I love to see people get the same experience that I gotten to experience on a cruise.
yeah,
Especially for somebody that's never cruised before, never seen the ocean.
yeah,
And when I first saw the ocean, I was like, wow, what have I? I was like, what have I missed in my 28, 29 years of life? Because, like I said, I'd never been to the beach, never seen the ocean, never. I never even seen my first live flamingo until I went on my very first cruise
yeah,
before. So, and I was like, wow, what? This is so amazing. I loved how the water changes colors and everything.
yeah,
And as a matter of fact, Donovan from RV on the Wayside, uh, he he was explaining to me about all the different colors of the water and what they mean and things like that, and I was like, wow, this is so amazing. I was just and like I said, I was so hooked. I just had to book another one, and now I've booked another cruise.
yeah.
So I'm actually hooked on cruising.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, you never you never go hungry on a cruise ship because you got plenty of food to choose from.
Yeah.
And it'll be food that will make your tongue slap your brain.
Yeah. I've like I said, we was going to go on a cruise last year, but in October because that was right around my birthday and everything,
Yeah.
and
You
like
should you should check into going on that cruise in 2025, brother.
yeah, I'd like to, but it's just going on if my wife can get off because her job, she's a nurse, my
Yeah,
wife is, and she works like at a mental hospital type deal.
yeah,
It's kind of hard for her to get off so many days like that in a row.
yeah.
But boy, if I could, I'll be on one fasting and say your name.
Yeah, I because like I said, there's gonna be quite a few people on
Yeah,
this cruise. Even Sean and Alana from Melbourne, Australia, they're gonna be on this cruise in 2025. They're
yeah,
coming back in the United States and going on this cruise. So
yeah.
yeah,
PW said, I'm still here. I'll put in the kids to bed. Cool. Appreciate you coming in, hanging out with us. Appreciate everybody.
yeah.
Uh, Seemed like there's something else I was going to ask you right quick, but I cannot remember what it was to save my life. I hate it when I go brain dead. God.
um, is it was it anything about uh? Let's see. I already mentioned about cruising. I mentioned about different types of food and things.
What is some of your other favorite hobbies to do? I mean, as far as just hanging out with friends, talking, doing whatever.
You mean besides YouTube and things?
Yeah.
Well, I, I like to read the Bible and things, and I like uh, doing church activities
Yeah,
and things like that. So
that's cool.
uh,
Very cool.
yeah, um, I just like helping people in general. Uh, you know, uh, whatever depends on what the situation is, but uh, I just like helping people. Yeah.
Yeah. I know when I first started watching I first started watching Scott, and he said something, kept on talking about Kenny, and I said I gotta check this dude out. And I went over there and I started following you that day at night actually, and then you went and visited your dad one time on one of your videos, and then y'all done taste test stuff together and stuff like that.
Yeah, I like doing stuff with my dad, making memories with him,
Oh, man.
because I never know when it might be my last with him,
Yeah,
and I don't want to when that time comes. I don't want to have any regrets later on in life, saying wished I did this, wished I did that. You
yeah,
know, I want to make the best of memories as I know how with my dad while he's still here. So,
yeah,
and thankfully, the good Lord has allowed him to live 74 years. He just turned 74 a couple of days ago.
Oh,
February,
really?
yeah, February the 11th, he turned 74.
That's awesome. That is very awesome.
Yeah. So yeah,
That,
he's had some really bad health issues over the last couple years and months, and like I said, he's got diabetes, and like I said, he had he lost his left leg back in 2000, which is 24 years ago. Um, that due to a place that come up on his big toe, and of course he's the type of person that um, is kind of course I think we all are kind of hard-headed and stubborn in our own ways at some point in our life. uh, but anyway, he's that person that likes to put things off, and he put it off too long, and it got gangrene, and they had to amputate his left leg just below the knee.
yeah.
And he's come close to losing his right one because he had a random open wound just pop up out of the blue of nowhere
Yeah.
on his right leg, come up on his shin, and but thankfully they've been able to save it, but they were able to catch the infection before it got into the bone. So,
Yeah.
but if the infection had gotten into the bone, the only other option they would be to amputate that right leg. So, but and of course his potassium, his magnesium, his sodium levels, and all that stuff been out of whack too.
Yeah.
So, things and for those of you that may not know, those are electrolytes that help produce the heartbeat and other functions of the body in order to function.
Yeah.
So when those things get out of whack, it knocks everything off kilter. And so but unfortunately, I don't think he'll ever come out of the rehab facility. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I don't see him ever coming out there. So
I I really I do pray for him and you all the time. Uh, like I said, though, I know what you mean by you want to try to spend a lot of time with him as you can, because I do the same thing with my dad. Uh, that's the reason why I started the paranormal channel, because it's supposed to be about baseball cards, but he didn't care much for cards. So I said, well, we both like the paranormal, so we started the paranormal channel together. And if you ever watch any of my videos, you'll see him pretty much about in all of my videos that I do, except for my talk shows. Uh, he he be 76 this May 1st.
yeah,
I'm gonna try to do something very special for him. I like I said, I thank God every morning, every day that he's still with me. I like to lost him a couple years ago. He got real bad sick. Well, was actually on an investigation in Roanoke, Virginia at the time, and I had to rush him back from Roanoke, Virginia, back to North Carolina where we lived at, to put him in a hospital. So he,
yeah. It's been a scary up and down situation with my dad as well, because
yeah,
they, especially when those numbers in the potassium are up like way out of range,
Yeah.
and because it can cause you to have a heart attack and other things,
Yeah.
and things like that, and uh, you know, it. I've always learned to never take life for granted, because I mean, you, your life is nothing but a vapor. It can be here 1 second and gone the next,
You can say that again.
and always live life to the fullest,
Yeah.
and make the most of it.
Yeah.
Make memories,
Yeah.
and if you still have your loved ones out there, please tell them that you uh, love them, and that you appreciate them, and things like that, because you never know when it might be your time
Yeah.
last time with them.
Yeah.
And
Or
as the saying goes, give them your flowers while they're living. Don't wait till it's too late.
yeah. Are you the only child he's got?
Uh, I actually okay. I am actually his grandson. Actually,
Oh, okay.
he's actually adopted me,
Oh, okay.
and but in actuality, when my mommy had me, uh, she wasn't married at the time. So, and anyway, she had health issues herself. She had diabetes real bad. That's actually one of the causes that made me lose my mom when I was about 9 years old. And I was around 9.5, maybe almost 10, when I lost my mom. And so, but I've lived with who I call dad my whole life ever since birth. And so he's basically the only person I know as dad. So, and I uh, so he actually plays a role as dad, grandfather, father. He plays both roles. Uh, but um, but in actuality, we had to go through when I was younger, or we had to go through legal guardianship. So he took over as him, and my mama took over as, which is the one that passed away in 2017. I actually have my mama's ashes right over here. Actually, uh, they um, took over as legal guardianship. I mean, uh,
Yeah.
and I've just, it's just the way it's been. But he actually has another boy in Kentucky, which is my uncle. Um, that lives in Kentucky, and and he goes by Cecil Oaks II.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be called Junior, so he goes he he goes by Cecil Oaks II. So if you see Cecil Oaks in the chat, that is actually my dad, the one I call dad. But my uncle that lives in Kentucky, I don't even think he hardly ever, unfortunately, sadly,
Yeah.
well, I don't hardly get to associate with him much because he's really busy with his own lives. He has his own
Yeah.
family and stuff to take care of and things like that. So I don't even think he knows that his own dad is in a rehab facility, to be honest with you. So
Yeah.
I and unfortunately, unless something really happens to one of the family members or something like that,
Yeah.
I don't hardly get to see each other or associate with each other, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, but but no, in actuality, I'm the only. I don't have any brothers or sisters.
Okay.
Now that my dad's gotten, well, it's not really okay. He calls it a marriage, but it's more like a companionship
Yeah.
instead of a marriage. Um, but I have a stepbrother now and stepmom. But
Yeah.
it's hard for me to actually call her stepmom because I'm not used, But um, uh, so yeah, my dad found a new love of his life in this rehab facility that he's staying at, and they recently just had a ceremonial type where they said their vows in front of everybody, in front of God Himself, um, and just um, you know, at the facility. So, and it's hard for me to call her stepmom or but anyway, but anyway, yeah, fix your bones and fix you up with a wife, huh?
Yeah. Like I said though, it's. I think that was one of the videos I can remember right off the top of my head, besides the one y'all was working on the van. That it was his birthday or something there, and he was singing. Uh,
Yeah, he likes to sing now.
yeah,
I hate,
I remember that. That was
yeah,
awesome.
and yeah, he they actually try to get me. People try to get me to sing, and I'm like, no, no. They even try to get me to sing here at this. The first couple times that I've been going to this church here in North Carolina, they said, "Do you sing, brother?" Nope, nope, I don't. I don't sing. I'm sorry, but I don't. I'm afraid if I did, I'd run the church out. Uh,
Yes.
although Scott from King of the Country, I think he has a video of me trying to. Uh, I think he has a video of me trying to sing. I think "Happy Birthday" or something, and I was way out of tune.
That's
Just, I was like, that's why I don't sing.
that's like when I was at when I go to church and everything, I'm standing there when the preacher get ready to call and say tell who's going to pray why let us out of church. And I was like, please do not pick me, please do not pick me. And I'll be daggone if he don't pick me. And I thought, well, next time I figure out how I'm gonna get where he'll never pick me to pray before we leave church. I'm gonna stand there and I'm gonna pray for everybody in the church. I'm going to take, instead of 15-minute prayer, I'm going to take like 3 hours. I'm going to make where they miss lunch, miss the sports at the thing.
Yeah.
They miss the ball game and all that stuff. And I'm like, he ain't never going to pick me again.
Yeah.
I have it all fixed out right there.
Hey, Troy, Nomadic Rat Pack.
Hey, it's been a little bit. Hey, yeah, appreciate you coming in.
It has been a little bit.
Make them miss it all. Yeah, I'm gonna make them miss it all because I do not like to speak out in public, even though I do the YouTube channel. But I do not just like to get up in there and I don't know. I just can't explain the way it feels.
You just don't like.
Yeah, I just don't like to be right there at that moment, right on the spot. At least I do YouTube. I do have a chance to prepare myself. Hey, Judy, thank you for coming in. Set the
Hey,
timer
Judy.
for 3 hours. Laugh out loud. Oh, what? That beeping. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the show stealer. Yeah, like I said, though, I just don't really want to be right on the spot at that particular moment. Because I don't know what to say. I don't want to look crazy in front of all of them. If I'm gonna start, I'm gonna just go say everybody's name. Take about 3 hours for to get out of church. Then that time I can get time to go home. They can turn around and come right back.
Yeah. But yeah, when my mommy passed away, that's when I decided it was time for me to get myself in church because
yeah. Yeah. But like I said, though, man, make sure you try to make a lot of memories that you can right now because you never know when it's going to happen. I try to hang out with my dad pretty much about every time I can, especially when I'm not working, I'm there with my dad.
yeah. Well, the thing of it is that where I don't drive and things, and I
Yeah.
have to use the Metro County transportation services.
Yeah.
I was actually forced to cut. See, I was gonna go. My intentions was to go out there every day, Monday through Friday, to visit him. But Mitchell County Transportation, the director of that, forced me to cut back on my trips. And they only wanted me to go 2 days a week.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they figure these calculations or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, they were telling me that for them to come all the way out here to Buadine, which is a community. See, I have a Bakersville address,
Yeah.
but the house itself is not actually in Bakersville. Bakersville is my closest city.
Yeah.
And but it's in a community called Building, North Carolina. So, but anyway, they were telling me that to come out here 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, that it was going to cost them $765 a week to come out here. And that I was putting them, for them to come out here every day, I was putting them $740 in the hole.
Yeah.
And well, see, a round trip for a day is $5. So so that means it's $2.50 each way. So what I would do is I'd pay them a month in advance, which was like $153 and some $153, and I asked them. I said, "Does that not cover the cost for your fuel?" Because I understand it costs fuel and wear and tear on the rig that they use. Well, they said that doesn't even cover half the cost for fuel or anything, because you got to consider fuel, time, things like that, and they go by mileage. Well, it's about, I think, about 25 miles from here to the Greens in Spruce Pine, North Carolina, where my dad's at. So, so they said that, because, and that, so I asked him, I said, I know I'm not the only one that pays you a month in advance for transportation. And they said, "No, you're not." And they said, and I said, "Yeah, well, they told me that what it is that because they are government, federal, and state and county funded, that because the government only allows them to gives them so much money to run their business, that that's the reason why." And they said I'm not the only one that they had to cut back. They had to force them to cut back on the trips. Another thing too is when I paid them for a months in advance for transportation, because the only other time is the only other time that I would use them is for, like, if I went to the doctor, or I went to Walmart or something like that, go do my shopping.
Yeah.
And but they said they even had a guy in Spruce Pine that was wanting them to come and take him to work every day. Well, they had to cut back on him too, because they couldn't They couldn't take him. They couldn't afford to take him to work every day. Now
Yeah.
they do is that they don't have enough people to run the business. Have a good one, Abby's Paranormal.
Yeah, that is Vicky. She is one of my channel followers for a long time.
Okay.
Good to meet you, and I sub to you. There you go. She is true to her word too. She will stick with you like glue. Awesome, awesome lady. I mean, she is so awesome.
Okay.
Everyone have a blessed night. You too, Vicky. Thank you so much for coming in, hanging out with us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, so I was like, okay, how about Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? So I can only go and see my dad 3 days a week. So
Well, at least you get to see him though.
I look at it this way: it's better than not seeing him at all.
Oh, you ain't kidding. That's for sure. You ain't a kid. I saw somebody else came in. Stevie Outdoorsman. Where are you at?
Hey, Stevie Outdoors.
I know he's out here somewhere. I just seen him come in.
He's right above
Right
where.
there.
Yep.
I work with his sister also, and a great guy. I met him in person. Awesome person. Very interesting to talk to. Which I have got his favorite shirt on tonight.
Keep calm and hate Duke.
Yep. I got his favorite shirt on. I figured he will say something about it here in a little bit.
but but yeah, I don't know, but it is what it is, But
Yeah,
I couldn't believe,
yeah,
I couldn't believe it. Mitchell County Transportation made me do that. So
yeah. Well, I really, really hope that they kind of change their mind about something like that, but
yeah.
they probably want to try to set their ways anyway. But
Uh, well, and two, they said they didn't even have the day that they were supposed to come and get me on a Tuesday. They told me that Monday evening when I used them to go to the doctor, and
yeah,
of course after my doctor's appointment, I was supposed to call them, let them know that I'm ready to leave from the doctor's office and head back home.
yeah,
Well, when I did, that was the day that they told me that I had to cut back on my trips, and that they didn't have any drivers for me for the next day, even
yeah,
from out here. So obviously they're running low on volunteers and people not wanting to work. It
yeah.
seems like so.
That's getting about like it is everywhere. Nobody wants to work like that anymore. But Steven says I need help because I'm wearing this Duke shirt.
Huh.
Yeah, yes, that doctor, and they were not taking me home. I got my license shortly after that. Yeah, I've I had to take my dad pretty much everywhere, but we do have a little company that's around here that takes my dad to work if I'm not able to take him. Especially like if I'm at work, they can take him to the doctor and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we don't live not even 5 minutes right outside the city out here in the country, and they charge him $2 one way, $2 back, $4 a round trip. Just go no more than 5 minutes up the road.
Yeah. Well, if you ask, see, I did a cab. I tried to do a cab service one time,
Yeah.
and they charged $7 a mile.
Oh yeah. Don't go to New York riding a cab. You be praying you won't even make it where you going. I almost met my maker 15 times within a 15-minute ride in a New York cab. Yes. I looked at my wife and I told her, I said, I think we would have been better just walking. He'll stop. All of a sudden, he'll slam on the embrace here. We lift up out of the seat. I bet I hit butted that daggone plexiglass. I don't know how many times. I know I
Oh,
got concussion.
oh,
God.
yeah,
That's
yeah. Uh, they was uh, they was a cab service one time. Yeah, I checked into it. I said, forget this. $7, depending on how far they had to come. Yeah, it was $7. $7 a mile.
downtown. Let just say all money went to the cab. Yeah, I'm telling you what, that New York, I thought I'm paying that man try to kill me.
Yeah, but it's crazy what they charge anymore, man.
Yes, very is. Well, man, I really do appreciate you coming on, but I'm gonna have to get to go so I can
The bed and
get
stuff.
into bed because I do got to go to a funeral tomorrow. My wife's aunt passed away the
Oh,
other
sorry to
day,
hear that. Prayers go out to you
so
and her family. So for
so,
sure.
so I'm gonna try to get in bed for that. I think we gotta be there like 11 o'clock. Everything ends around about 1:30 somewhere. I don't know. All I know, they told me when to come, and that's where I'm going. But
Yeah.
I I do gotta get in bed. But I it's an honor to have you on my show. I couldn't wait till the day gets over so I can get home, get everything ready for you to come on. But
Yeah, thanks for having me, and I'll be glad to come up here again one day.
yeah,
If you ever want me up here again, be more than happy to come up here again. So
I appreciate that because I don't get to have many guests up here anymore. It's hard to get somebody to come on and things like that. But it's an honor to have you on here. I mean, it really does. It makes everything feel good.
I'm looking forward to the day we get to meet in person, brother.
Oh man, that'd be honored. Probably here this coming fall, I might try to get a little something there going.
Yeah. I told my people that I'm renting from. I said they asked me. Uh, they asked me, said, how long am I planning on renting here? And I said, well, at least a year.
Yeah,
And so I signed the contract for a year. So,
yeah,
and I've been here. It's hard to believe, but this coming February 27th, I will have been here a full 2 months already. So,
yeah, yeah. They'll be by fast, that's sure.
yeah.
Before you know it, it'll be Christmas time, snowing again.
I'm ready for springtime myself.
You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. You ain't. Yep, I would like to have you on the show one night. That's for sure. I appreciate you coming in. We're getting ready to get off here and hang it up for tonight. Say
And
to go see cops.
thanks everybody that is connected with me.
Oh yeah, man. I hope I hope everybody will follow you. And like I said, everybody, please go check him out. Please watch his videos and everything. You will like a lot of his videos. I know y'all was at Christmas one time there at Scott's or something there, and they said, let Kenny have it. He'll taste it.
Yeah, I forget what it was. Because I've done so many different taste tests on different things and things like that. And see, I mean, okay, if you have questions, it would make me less nervous.
Yes. I'm trying to get her on my channel one night.
Yeah,
But
yeah, it's been fun, and it was a pleasure and honor to be on your show, and looking forward to maybe doing this again one day.
yeah, yeah. And to tell you the truth, this is the first time I ever actually talked to you. I mean, I never met you like this or nothing. I always seen you on videos, and I always come into your chats, say, "Hey, how you doing?" and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
I never ever.
it's nice to actually. It's nice to actually put a face to the name now.
Yeah, you can always call me Jonathan if you want to, or call me John, anything, or call me Cops if you want to. It don't really matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I,
But I appreciate you, man. I really hate to gotta go, but we will be doing this again. That's for sure. That is for sure. So everybody, y'all have a wonderful, blessed night.
good night, everybody.
Make sure y'all tune in Friday night around about 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. We will be going live from our new location, and also Saturday, probably around about 9:30, we will be going live from the Trivette Clinic. We having several new people. We probably will be there probably at least good 2 to 3 hours at the most. So come by and join us, and hope y'all can hang out with us and see everything that we don't get to see. And then the next following weekend that I'm off, and in 2 more weeks, then I will be going back out to the bridge. So yes, Saturday night around about 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m. Eastern
Now,
Standard Time.
I was going to say, is all those times that you're mentioning, are they Eastern?
Yes, they are Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I get confused with them times.
You do the same thing to me. So around 8 Central. Yeah, around 8:30 Central Time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know California time is 3 hours behind Eastern,
Yeah.
and I think Central is an hour behind
Yeah.
Eastern.
Yeah.
Which one is it? It's 2 hours behind.
That's mountain time, I think.
Okay. I'll be glad when they get it to where that everybody's on the same time.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? That would be nice. Central, everyday, short or long video. Cool. Y'all laughs. I appreciate y'all coming in. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Kenny, for being here. It's a pleasure to have you on the channel, and we'll get to meet again very soon. You can count on that. So we're going to go ahead and take it out for tonight.
Good night, guys. Bye, guys.
See y'all later. Well, if I can find my video right quick. Oh, come on, come on, come on.